Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about my journey last year from beginner to GB age group triathlete. So if you're new here, a quick bit of background on myself. I was a national swimmer until I was about 18. Fed up with that, I decided to mix it up and get onto cycling. Road racing, crit racing, love that. COVID hit, thought I'd mix it up a bit. What's the ultimate test of endurance? Triathlon. So I entered loads last year in 2022. Managed to qualify for the 2023 aquabike and Olympic distance triathlon, and that's what I'm going to be racing this year. How did I get here and what have I learnt along the way? First up, it's hard. It's really hard. The first triathlon I entered was a sprint, just a local one. It's an hour long. I was like, I'll breeze this, easy peasy. And then I did it and I died. The bike was horrendous. The run was horrendous. My heart rate was maxing out. It's a lot harder than I suspected coming from swimming, cycling background. So make sure you go into that race prepared for pain, prepared for anything that's going to happen, and have an open mind about your result at the end. So the second thing that I learned is it's really easy to overtrain. If you've got a bit of time on your hands, you're training 3 sports, it's quite easy to do too much too soon. So I would say start off nice and steady, max 2 sports a day. I was pretty much aiming to do 3 sports a day at the start. I'd look at the pros, some of them were doing that, so I thought that's a good idea. I'm training for triathlon, let's train 3 sports a day. Triathlon a day was my target. In about 2 months I blew up. I remember I was on a run, just a steady one, and I pretty much just had to lay on the floor because my body was kaput. So get your rest days in, make sure you're just doing 2 sports max at the start. If you're not used to a high training volume, 1 sport is absolutely fine. Third thing that I learned is to do lots of steady stuff, lots of zone 1, zone 2 exercise. So a lot of people think they have to train really hard because the race is going to be hard, but in reality, you're doing a bit of training at high intensity, and then most of your training is actually going to be accumulating that nice aerobic base at low intensity. Most of the pros do this, they do a couple of threshold workouts a week, and then most of it is actually nice and steady. So make sure you've got a nice training schedule. You don't have to pay for one. If you want a coach, if you've got the money, then absolutely go for it. It will help you out. If not, there's loads of free plans out there. Try and stick to a plan. It's going to help you out a lot. So the fourth thing, when I was training for a different job, I did some weight training. I hit the gym for about a year and I noticed a big difference in my athletic performance in aerobic sports, which was quite interesting. So I've recently got some weights. I'm back to doing deadlifts and squats, etc. And I've really found that it helps that bit of extra power in my legs, and my body just feels a bit more rugged. So I would say if you currently can take your training volume and you don't have any A races coming up, maybe go to the gym or buy some weights and try and get on that weight training. It's going to strengthen all your back and your legs, and it's just going to help you out with a more robust body. So the main exercises that I actually do are squats, deadlifts, rows, and overhead military press. I also do some pull-ups and a bit of core work, specifically sit-ups and a few other variations on that core work. If you don't have weights, then don't panic. Body weight stuff is absolutely acceptable. You can do just strength and conditioning with your body weight, those same sort of exercises, but just body weight. So those are 4 things that I learned last year that you might not have heard of, and you can put that into your training, give it a go. But what does my week actually look like now after a year and using my experience so far? So essentially, doing my own research, it looks like 3 hard sessions a week is all you need. More than that, and you're actually going to put too much stress on your body and you're not going to get any benefit. In fact, you actually only need 2 hard sessions a week. 3 is sort of your maximum if you can take the training load. So I tend to do a track session on running, VO2 max session cycling, and a threshold session cycling. And then my swims are usually in the morning. So on the track session day, I also do a fast swim, either 100 meter repeats or 400 meter repeats fast. And those are my sort of 3 hard days. In between that, it's just easy days. When I say easy days, I mean the intensity, not the volume. So volume is the time that you spend actually doing it. Intensity is how hard you're working. So on those easy days, I'm just doing like 2 hours on the bike, hour and a half on the bike, whatever, nice and steady. And then the run is also going to be nice and steady, or the swim is going to be nice and steady as well. It means that I can hit those 3 days really hard and do it all properly. And then I have 1 rest day a week, which is usually a Friday. At the moment it used to be a Monday, but it changes. But make sure you're getting that rest in. You need at least 1 day a week, I would say. Otherwise you're just gonna overtrain, explode and burn. So there you go, that was a little quick summary of what I've learned this year, what my training looks like, and other things that you can institute into your training to make yourself a stronger athlete. As always, make sure you enjoy the sport you do. Triathlon is an amazing sport. Luckily, it keeps things fresh all the time. Training 3 sports, much better than just doing one, in my opinion. But using weights, etc., that can mix it up, make it even more interesting. Remember, it is a hobby, so although you train really hard, you want to win, try and enjoy those races, try and enjoy the results that you get from that training. I'm so happy with the way the channel's going recently. We've got 300 subscribers, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it means a lot to me because it means you guys are enjoying the content. The current upload schedule is every Monday, so turn on that bell and you can be notified every time we upload on that regular schedule on a Monday. I really hope you enjoyed this video. As I said, your subscription makes a big difference to this channel, so press that subscribe button. If you enjoyed it, press like, and I'd be really interested to see if you've got any comments, so leave them down below. And I'll see you again very soon in the next one.